Welcome to Grace to Care. Take a breath, pull up a chair. Little laugh, little truth to share. We're Grace to Care. Together for the ones who hold it off through the late calls.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. I'm Ferne Sapp along with
Jessica Banner
and Miriam Lewis.
And as you know, Jessica and I are co-owners of Grace to Care podcast, but we also serve as podcast hosts. And today with us, we have Miriam Lewis, who is also a co-owner of Grace to Care and our editorial host. Woo! Oh my goodness. So today is the official launch of Grace to Care podcast.
I can't believe
it's here either.
No, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And we're excited because on today, we got some amazing things to share with you. Listen, we're even going to give you a teaser on today of the podcast. And not only that, we're going to give away. That's right. We're going to have some giveaways. So make sure that you stay with us until the very end. Now, Grace to Care podcast was really created for caregivers, for people like you, people like me, people like us, right? Those of us that are out here walking through the grief, the grit, and the gift of everyday care. And so we want you to know that caregivers matter. You matter. So on this time, we're going to talk about stories, and we're going to help you to know your stories matter. Our stories matter, right? And your voices deserve to be heard. Today and every day, we like to take out that space and time just to honor you as caregivers. And we're super excited because today is actually
National Caregivers Day.
Wow, what a special day.
Absolutely incredible day.
Yes, and this day was established to honor, recognize, and support the over 200 million caregivers around the world.
Absolutely.
I can't believe it. This is, for me, the most meaningful work that I've ever done across my life. And I'm super excited to be able to be here to honor and to celebrate you for all that you do.
Yes.
We intentionally decided to have our launch event on this day. We wanted to also recognize your efforts. And with that, we're going to start with maybe sharing Ferne's caregiving story.
Yeah, it's amazing that we're here on this day. You never think that you're going to be a part of a day in which caregivers are being honored. But I think about how I was introduced to the journey of caregiving, just giving care to my husband who's challenged with Parkinson's. And you'll begin to hear as we share some of our journey with you, how we've had multiple diagnoses in multiple areas in which we've had to give care to, but also having the experience of taking care of his mother during this at the same time, while she was in her 90s. And so today really is special, but it is a chance where we get a chance to share with you not just where you are, but also where we are and where we're all going together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this right here, what you're going to find out, this isn't just a podcast. So we're not just here with, mics in hand. It's not just a podcast, but it's a space where we want to have real conversations, where we're going to be honest with you. We're going to be transparent with you. And listen, we're praying that when this is all over, this is a place where you can gain some strength because we all have stories.
Absolutely.
We all have stories. I have a story. Every person has a story. And every engagement and every care recipient is different. All of our stories are different, and we'll find that out. But what's important to us is that we use our stories to help inspire and to uplift other people. And for that reason, on today, we're excited that we get a chance to walk this journey with you. Jessica, let's talk about it because you're here. We talk about how we all have stories. Why does this matter to you?
Yeah, I think, I'm so glad to be here because I entered caregiving really early. And I know we're going to talk more about that as days unfold, but I was in my early 30s, and that's kind of like the prime of your life, right? You're getting your career off the ground. You may be starting to think about a family, all those kinds of things. And definitely one of the things I was caught off guard by was, wow, it was like having to learn a whole lot really fast. Things were changing, putting on pause. And in that season, I just thought to myself, wow, it would have been so helpful just to have a little bit of a guide, like what's this like, and to not feel so alone. Because one of the things that happened is it became the most isolated time of my life. And I thought, what would it look like to have conversations and to have community? Because so often we're stuck at home some of the time, and we don't get away from home quite as often when we caregive. So what would it look like if we could have a space to talk and share? And we're hoping that this podcast will be helpful with that. And we want to let you know what some of the things you can expect are from us. And so first of all, our very first episode will be launching this Tuesday on the 24th, and we will be releasing bi-weekly on Tuesdays, therefore after. And along with our podcast, we're going to have a companion blog that'll come out the Thursday after the episode, which can be found at our website, www.grace2care.com. But we also want you to join our communities. We have communities available on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. So whichever place is best for you, we want you to get plugged in. We're also going to have our merch available on our website. We've also been working on our first product because we want tools. So we've created an affirmation journal for caregivers. We wanted a place for you to be encouraged and have a place to process at the same time. That will also be available on our website. And our blogs will launch. There's a QR code if you want to view that, because the first one launched already. So we want you to double back and check that out. But Miriam, I want you to tell us a little bit, because this is a deep well altogether, but we want to know a little bit more about our blog.
Yeah, as you can tell, we're super excited to walk this journey with you. As far as our blog is concerned, yes, they will launch every 2 weeks, and you will get the highlights as well as a recap of the podcast. So we're super excited that you're going to be joining us for that. Ferne mentioned earlier that there are so many stories out there, and there's probably as many stories as there are caregivers. So we want to make sure that we come to you in a way that's unique to you, in the way that you prefer to be reached. So Jess mentioned all of the different ways that you can connect with us. And feel free to do that. The podcast may resonate with you, the blogs, the affirmation journal. Again, we want to connect with you in the way that's best for you. And also, please click on the link below to follow us and tag a caregiver. Now, this is the moment you've been waiting for. We're going to show you the teaser, the sneak peek. We're going to show you a clip of Ferne and Jessica, and they're discussing how you want to fight the fight we have and not the one we want. They're going to help us to really understand how we get to shift from fighting to embracing. Let's roll the clip.
We were talking about what would be one takeaway that we would have from just the seasons that we're in. And I was thinking about that. And when I look at it and just look at all of the various seasons and spaces that we've been, I said, if there was one takeaway or one thing that I would tell myself now that I wish that I told myself then, and that would be stop fighting it. Really, to stop fighting it. That's one of the questions that we ask, but I would have told myself to stop fighting it. My biggest thing was that I thought I was missing out of life so much. But once I stopped fighting it, I realized that I began to see life from a different perspective, and that this is life, right? This is us. And guess what? It's beautiful. It's beautiful in its own way, right? In its own space. It's beautiful, because here's the thing that I began to realize is that I've been given the privilege of walking alongside someone as they carry out life and to help them to live it, my husband in particular, in dignity, and to help give back to him so much of what he's already given out to the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What would be one of your takeaways for seasons?
When we were kind of talking about that before, I almost saw it like juggling. And in life, I had all these things going on, and I was juggling it, and I had that rhythm that we were talking about. Yeah. And part of, I think, my takeaway is just let it fall. Just let it fall. Because then when you can assess it, you can pick up what you need and you find your new rhythm, right? If I might have been juggling 10 balls, but I come to realize there are only 3 or 4 really important ones. So if I can give myself the freedom to let it fall and assess it, then I can be very intentional and strategic with my resources and my space, and preserving myself and the space for my care receiver, but still keep connection and going forward in life, because we need that. We do need normalcy in life, and connection with other people is a big part.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was there, right? That was me speaking, but I don't know that I've heard myself really say, stop fighting. I think that was the most impactful thing for me inside of that clip. Even hearing it, right? Even hearing it from this side, because I know that that's a lot of where I spent my time at, fighting. I mean, what did you think? What spoke to you in that clip?
Did it not just like take you back there to that moment, right? Yeah. I just remember that place of, like I was saying a little bit earlier, like so many things changed, and that fight in yourself about this is the expectation of what I had in life versus this is my reality. Yeah. And I can just do the tasks, or I can embrace that this is a part of my life, right? And what is that going to mean? Yeah. That's such a powerful moment in that caregiving process.
Yeah, yeah.
It was such a big teaser, a powerful moment for me.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to Tuesday to hear and learn more.
I tell you, I know back in the day, they used to say, your arms are too short to box with God. Well, I'm just going to stop fighting, right? Just going to stop fighting. Well, Miriam, I'm excited because now we get a chance to hear a word from our sponsors.
Absolutely.
There are moments no one prepares you for. The ones that don't make the highlight reel. The ones you carry quietly.
You didn't choose this season, but somehow, you showed up anyway. This is the space between grief and grit, where exhaustion meets love, and where the hardest work can still hold meaning.
Welcome to Grace to Care. Conversations for those who care for others, while learning to care for themselves.
Grace to Care is made possible by partners who believe caregivers deserve support. Now welcoming founding sponsors.
We want to say thank you to our sponsor. We so appreciate having our founding sponsor to help us get launched out of the gate. And we want to remind you that this Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, we're dropping our very first episode of Grace to Care. So you can find us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Apple, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok,
okay.
Right? All the places. So we want you to check us out, join us, come back and see us again, because these conversations are there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, if you're watching us live, we want to make sure that you stay tuned, because we are going to open up the lines so that we can hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of what's happening. And remember, this is only the beginning. Now, when we open up the lives, we're going to be giving away some giveaways. So make sure that you stay tuned with us. Grace to Care is just getting started, and we're honored to walk this journey with you.
You seem you're held, you're strong. In caregiving, you're never meant to walk alone. We're Grace to Care together.